I'm Kathy Jordahl. I'm the nurse at the Welcome Place in Pelican Rapids, which is a small grant and donor-supported nonprofit. We're located between the food shelf and the thrift store and close to what used to be the LSS office, across from the library. Our mission is to strengthen community relationships and improve the health and well-being of people. So in order to do that, we have classes, we do education, we do personal contacts, referrals, a weekly fellowship meal, we do a Giving Plus Learning English mentoring program, and collaborate with other agencies. So one of the things we did this year was work with Partnership for Health. We had some space, and in Pelican Rapids, the space right behind the, oh God, there's right a picture there. The space right behind the Welcome Place is a gravel, like an alley, but it's the size of a 3-lane highway back there. So the city let us use some of our property, which is on gravel, to make, we talked about doing raised beds, and we had two purposes with doing gardening back there. One was to improve the looks of it, and another one was to provide food for people who maybe wouldn't have the opportunity on a small scale. They're small, they're 4 feet by 10 feet. And another was for our fellowship meal, then we'd have some fresh vegetables. So our volunteers, I'll just pass along the pictures because Alyssa had said we'd be outside where there was no electricity and stuff, so I thought, yes. Yeah. So anyway, we constructed raised bed gardens out of cement blocks, and we had a group of volunteers that do that, got the dirt in, and then I went and bought a bunch of plants and vegetables and hardware and stuff, and so then we loaded them down with vegetables. And then at first our biggest problem was water. It's not anymore, but at the time water was an issue. We did a lot of hand watering. We did have the ability then to get a hose from the basement to come out the door, which separated in the basement. So if we'd have had goldfish in the basement, we would have been good. But because it's an old building and had a lot of cracks in the floor, once we found the leak and shut it off, the water just sort of ran back into the ground and it worked fine. So we're also going to put up a rain barrel next to a downspout, so we'd have that ability to water. The 7 inches of rain that we had recently has kind of solved our problem for now. Because at first we thought, you know, it's a lot of work to haul about 20 buckets of water out to water our garden. The other thing that was kind of nice with this, our upstairs tenant in our building is a Somali woman with about 8 children. And so we involved them in this project too by buying some of the, there was a little space next to the food shelf where they could put a garden, and so we bought some of the vegetables for them, and their kids wanted to be involved. And we thought that would be a good thing because it was a little concerning. We aren't staffed full-time, and you know, things can get vandalized, and we just weren't quite sure how this was all gonna, we still don't know for sure, but we thought maybe involving the kids would give them a little ownership of this where they would be more protective of it. And you'll notice too in our pictures, with all the kids, the food shelf apartment also has a Somali family with a lot of kids, so we always have bicycles laying around back there. So we've been trying to get bicycle racks and see if we could help. And the other thing that's been kind of cool about this is that because we put this garden in with Partnership for Health, it's kind of made it more of a seating area. People, somebody donated a picnic table, and we put up some of those little solar lights and things, and it's become kind of a community seating area, which is really kind of neat. I didn't exactly expect that, which I'm glad. So of our produce so far, we've had, like the early things, vegetables, lettuce, spinach, radishes. We bagged up and took over to the thrift store, and they gave it to some of their customers. Our clients aren't all low income, and they aren't all of a different ethnicity. We have older people, we have poverty, we have just people that want to get out and see what's in the community, and that's been nice. We have a lot of interest in this little garden. Everybody that comes to our lunches, which are a community lunch we serve on Tuesdays between 25 and 45 people, it's kind of a fellowship meal. It's volunteers that donate the things. They all want to go out and see how the garden's doing. So it's been a good thing to bring people together to look, and it's small. I mean, it's 2 4-foot by 10-foot. This is our first cucumber harvest. They didn't last very long at our meal on Tuesdays. And the tomatoes are looking fantastic now that, I mean, 7 inches of rain is a pretty good deal. So that's our goal, is to be able to donate some of this food to the food shelf and to have it available to the people that come to the thrift store and to have it for the meals that we serve. And we've got a lot of tomatoes on there. And like I say, we're going to have a rain barrel installed. So I'm thinking we're meeting our goals. I'm very grateful to Partnership for Health for giving us the grant money for this. And I think it's been very successful to this point. And we don't have room to expand, obviously. She gave us, when we talked about this, they gave us some of the information from, I think it's Compassion House in Detroit Lakes. They had like 32-foot long raised bed gardens. Well, we don't have the facility for that. I mean, we're doing this on a really small scale because we're a small facility, but I think we're going to get a lot of vegetables out of this. That's going to be very effective. We've got peppers and tomatoes and green beans and beets and carrots and broccoli, and we had the radishes, lettuce, spinach, onions, shallots. So it's growing, and it's involving the kids, and I like that part of it too, that the kids that live upstairs have been involved. The Somali family that lives upstairs wanted a little bit different vegetables. I'm kind of a wuss when it comes to the food. I bought was the green peppers, and no big deal. She wanted jalapenos and she wanted cilantro. So it's a different cooking technique than what most Norwegians are used to, but
so you have that in the garden then?
They're in the little garden right next to the food shelf, but we bought this is their garden, the jalapenos and the tomatoes and the cilantro, and so they're maintaining theirs. We kind of share the watering duties. The boys from upstairs come down and help water, and so it's been kind of nice that it's involved their family too. So that's been our little project, and thank you for giving us the money.
And talk to us about bike racks. You said you're trying to get.
Yeah, we were trying to get.
Trying to get them from.
Anybody that would donate them. We didn't apply yet. I mean, it's just kind of come up. I mean, you can see on this picture. That's what it usually looks like in the back. They just toss them. They stack them by the back step. And
you're working with Alyssa on our staff?
I have not done anything with Alyssa yet. This just started once the kids got more active, and it was a new family moved in the 1st of July in the apartment above the food shelf. And I think they have 6 kids, and our family has about 8. So we have approximately 6 bikes, and
she is working with Alyssa, just maybe not on that particular project.
Yeah.
Okay.
So visit with her.
Okay.
Or visit with Patrick. But
okay.
We need to get you a bike rack.
Okay.
Yeah.
We figured there must be a way, but we just haven't accessed anything yet.
Yeah.
So thank you again.
Thank you. Questions?
Any questions?
What a wonderful story.
I love this story because I've participated in some of the meals, the community meals, which are excellent. But there was a little void. There usually wasn't very many vegetables or fresh food. So how do you incorporate that thing? And this is brilliant, brilliant bringing the community in and the Somali family and letting them have a space for their stuff. That is just it makes my heart happy.
I mean, I know the newspaper will do a story about us. They're very good about publicizing things that we do. We haven't wanted to draw a whole lot of attention to it. I just don't want to see tomatoes splattered against the walls too soon, so I thought we'd do it on a low-key basis for now. And
yeah, it's such a great engagement piece because I helped, just brainstorming with you.
Right.
I had my ideas in terms of what could work out there, but then you had your volunteers there. I said, that's great, but we're going to take it just a slightly different direction.
Right.
Which is perfect.
It's working.
You know your community better than the rest of us, and obviously people are engaged, and it's going gangbusters. Yeah.